Happy day after election day, everybody. It's been pretty crazy on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr about, well, the election, of course, and the results, and there's people that are just overjoyed and happy, and then like the other half of my friends on Facebook are like, oh, you better be ready because the world's going to hell in a handbasket. So I hope you guys voted because it's really important to get your voice out there, and if you can't vote, then it's important just to spread the word. If you're too young or whatever you have going on that means you can't vote, doesn't mean you can't be a part of anything. But this video is not about the election, so stop it right now. This video is about the episode 4 of The Walking Dead, which I conveniently have notes on my iPhone. So I'm going to be looking down at my iPhone because I watched this like 2 days ago and it's now Wednesday. I normally try to post this on Tuesday, but stuff happened. And by stuff, I mean work and frozen yogurt. Whoops. So yeah, the episode of season 3, episode 4 of The Walking Dead occurred on Sunday night. Wow, I'm just a mess today. And it was actually, I really liked parts of it, and other parts of it I kind of found comical slash, I don't know. So here we go. First and foremost, Merle and Andrea. Okay, so he pulls her aside, and he's pretty much just like, let's hook up, Blondie, because our group hates us. And left both of us high and dry. No, Merle, incorrect, good sir. They chained you and your crazy self to a pipe and left you. They left you. Andrea got separated from the group when everything was going to hell real fast. And they came back, and she was gone. They couldn't find her. So they didn't really leave her. So stop trying to make her feel like she got left. You got left, Merle. She got lost. There's a difference. Also, no need to hook up with her. That's just creepy and weird. No. Like, even Daryl acting like interested in Sophia's mom, whose name I can never remember. It's just weird. Like, I see Daryl and Merle as these two, like, really strong characters. They're just, like, so busy being badass, they don't have time for, like, sexual relationships or any kind of romantic inclinations. But that's just me. And then later the governor, like, he's like, don't leave, Andrea. It's because she looks like his wife whose head he has floating in his jar in his office, whatever. But yeah, so Andrea's just getting it on all 6 ways of Sunday. Well, they want her to anyways. Let's see. Oh, I liked the part, okay, so Michonne, like, notices the bullet holes in the tanks, and she makes a comment, and the governor, like, flat out lies to her about where the bullet holes came from. And so she's kind of onto him, and so she's telling Andrew, like, we need to leave, and Andrea's like, oh no, this is great here, and everyone wants to, like, love me here, and Michonne's like, no man, I kept you alive this long, on my instincts, listen to me. So that's going to be, an interesting dynamic, because Andrea now kind of wants to stay, it seems like, Michonne wants to peace out, and they're kind of buddies due to circumstance, so it's going to be really interesting to watch that. Comic relief of the episode was the governor shooting golf balls at zombies. That made me giggle a whole lot. I don't know why I felt like telling you that. That was just one of those things you just needed to know. Okay, sad day. Even though T-Dog really didn't have, like, much going on a lot of times, with storyline, he just kind of seemed to be there, and he'd reappear to, like, kill stuff at the most opportune moments. But he died. And then not only did he get bitten, but then he, like, that was horrific. The scene where he, like, ran down the hallway and he, like, tackled the zombies against the wall. He's, like, holding him there, and he's telling Sophia's mom, whose name I still can't remember. I should Google it, but I just am too lazy. He tells her to run, and she, like, looks back, and that zombie, like, bites his neck out. And you're just like, oh my god, like, he didn't have to do that. Like, yeah, he was infected, and yeah, he was gonna turn when he died, but he, like, let himself get brutalized just to save her, and wow. So, even though T-Dog didn't really have much of a story arc a lot of the times, like, he went out with a bang, and that was just, it was really sad. I kind of was I wanted to cry a little bit when that happened. Speaking of random characters that don't have much storyline, that little skinny black prisoner guy who, like, had the baseball bat, and Rick, like, locked him with the zombies and was like, you better run. And you're like, oh, he's toast. No, he's not toast. He's running around screwing things up. He's letting zombies in, which is why T-Dog got killed. He's turning sirens on, drawn zombies, which I don't know how that helps him, but whatever. And then they find him in that little back room, and he's like Rick, pretty much like in a corner, like Rick is toast. Daryl's holding a door shut and can't come help Rick. And that other prisoner, the really giant black guy who's like really quiet, and you just kind of like, you don't know what to think of him because he's so quiet all the time. He seems really sweet, but you're like, he could be secretly really crazy. When like the gun drops and he picks it up, and you're like, oh, Rick is toast. And then he kills the other prisoner. You're like, let him come into your colony. Like the white guy was like completely, pathetic. So it was kind of like the black guy was like the swing vote, almost where you're like, you don't really know. He just proved to you, Rick, that he is willing to kill somebody that he knew longer than you, even though their circumstances were weird because they were in prison, dynamic for their friendship was odd. He still knew that guy. Rick's the stranger, and Rick is being a total a-hole. But he still saved Rick. So give the guy a freaking chance. Don't lock him in a cell block with a bunch of dead bodies. That's just mean. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, yes. The world's worst time to go into labor award goes to Lori, who was running her zombies for her life, and all of a sudden goes into contractions. Obviously, that's just poor planning. You didn't see that one coming, you're crazy. Like, you knew that she was going to go into labor at a really awkward, inopportune moment. But then, it gets worse. She's with Maggie and Carl. Maggie doesn't know how to deliver, and they already pretty much told you that Lori can't have a baby naturally because she had Carl by C-section. She's going to have another cesarean section. So surprise, she's in labor and the baby won't come out. So Maggie has to cut her open. And so Lori goes through this whole thing of like, just save my baby. And just please, Carl, I love you. I just love you. Oh, God, cut me open. And then she asks Maggie to kill her because she's going to die from the trauma of being sliced open with a rusty knife. Whatever. And then she doesn't want, Rick or whatever to kill her. Well, then, surprise, surprise, who steps up to kill his mom after they slice her open and dig a baby out of her but Carl? And he decides to kill his mom. And then, if Carl isn't traumatized enough, he killed Shane, he killed his mom, he goes out and tells, they pretty much, they tell Rick what's going on. And this is Rick. Oh, Carl, that's nice that your mom's dead. I'm gonna go roll on the ground and have a fucking emotional breakdown. Over here. Just over here. I'm gonna freak out and cry. You just do your own thing, little boy. You got it under control. Your mom's dead. You're fine. I'm the adult here, and I'm gonna roll on the ground and stop. Way to go, Rick. Way to go. This kid is traumatized. Like, he can't not be traumatized. Obviously, zombies are rising up and eating people, so of course, he already has nightmares. But his nightmares include shooting his dad's best friend, / the guy who saved him originally from when all this stuff went down, and he killed his mom. And watched someone dig a baby out of his mom. So can we have some sympathy for poor little Carl here? So that was kind of weird. And, I didn't understand, I understand, something was going to have to give, because if she can't have the baby naturally, something was going to happen terribly to her if they didn't cut her open or whatever. But it's like, let's sacrifice a fully functioning adult who, for the most part, can fight. She was out there giving hell to those zombies when she was pregnant. She was shooting stuff. But she could fight and, gather food and do all kinds of stuff. And let's sacrifice her for a newborn that's going to scream and cry when they're trying to be stealthy. And it's going to have, needs and demands that are just, completely incompatible with the lifestyle they're trying to live. Here I am injecting logic into a show about zombies. But goodness sakes. All I know is the first, the first 2 episodes were not that great. The third one was phenomenal. This one was very good. And Walking Dead, you have indeed made up for those first 2 episodes. And I am dying for episode 5.